Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wavlength INTL episode number 4. Coming off of a more positive note this week compared to our kind of serious talk from last week. And for those that haven't seen episode 3, do give it a watch. We talk about some pretty heavy topics there. But to kind of address some of the disclaimers that I listed there from that video really quickly, we do now know that Ludwig and Mango have been talking to each other. There's also clips of Ludwig saying that he regrets some of the stuff that he says, and additionally, Mango's Twitch has been unbanned as of July 2nd, and Pirate Software, or Thor, has also stepped down from Off-Brand Games as of July 2nd, so lots of stuff there from last week, but it's a brand new week, it's a brand new weekend, and boy, we had some absolute fucking cinema this past weekend with GOMLF. But joining me tonight, we have Mr. Tekknite, Shadow's back on the mic again, and we have our first guest star for tonight, a guest appearance. Welcome to the podcast, ThrownOrc.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, so tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'll first start off is that I'm a permanently Rivals 1 ranked player in the U.S., number 48th from the recent RCS Season 8. I do a variety of streaming, mainly Rivals, but I stream the game like almost every week. And I'm a dog dad of my golden doodle Yoshi, 4 years. And I work at the gym Hamburg Fitness Center, who actually sponsors me to do esports for the gym. So that's all my info I can give you. And yeah, I like to also spread positivity to everyone. So that's, I guess, one other thing I guess I could say about myself.
Yeah, indeed. We talked a fair bit behind the scenes about Shanager, lovely person. It's so nice to see you getting sponsored by your gym, but as you may recognize, Outcast is not here with us tonight. That is because he is at GOMLF, and boy, GOMLF was incredible to watch this weekend. But I will say that we will be talking about GOMLF in 2 parts, one from our point of view and one from Outcast's point of view next week. So if you do want to hear a little bit more about how GOMLF went from Outcast's point of view, do tune in next weekend for episode 5, and we'll share that. But for us, man, oh man, that, like I said, cinema, absolute fucking cinema. GOMLF was amazing. Like there were upsets left and right, up and down, all around, culminating to one hell of an amazing top 8. Like, man, who else here watched it?
I didn't have a chance. I had a lot of work I had to get done, so.
Yeah, I was watching it. I actually watched it while I was working at the office. Like I just had it on my side phone while I was just doing computer work, and I tried my best not to scream like while I'm in the back portion of my office, because if that happens, then all the other coworkers come back like, "What happened?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. Just probably the best Rivals action I've ever seen," and I'm trying to keep it quiet because everyone else is doing everything, but I couldn't control it. Like that was an incredible Rivals 2 weekend, like as a whole to watch. Like not only from the top 8, but just from Saturday action too. Like thank God I was not working Saturday, otherwise I probably would have had a bunch of noise complaints from my other coworkers asking why the hell was I screaming like a monkey, Well, there you go. That's my answer.
All right, Shadow, you were saying that you were busy as well, or?
Yeah, I got to watch a little bit of it, but I didn't get to see everything. All I got to see was just updates here and there. So some of the upsets are just mainly the upsets actually. So that'll be interesting to talk about.
Right, well,
yeah, we can.
Upsets, let's get on into it. Check out some of the brackets.
Yeah, we've got a lot of upsets to cover, mainly from top 64, and it is, I will briefly mention that we did not get to see any pools matches, notably, so we will probably go through some of the pools, not all of them, just to share everything with that, but go ahead and do that and zoom in a bit to see what happened. All right, so like I mentioned, pools did not get streamed, but we will go over that along with like doubles not getting streamed this past weekend, next week with when Outcast is back. Let's go ahead and actually look through some of the pools, see what happened. Not gonna go through all of them, but just gonna kind of briefly go through them and see what all happened this weekend. All right, so first off, we got Marlon's pool. Everything here seems pretty straightforward. Lunar, I don't know if you guys remember Lunar. He was a Rivals 1 Rano.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it seems it's pretty straightforward. Lunar making it out into top 64 with the Maple, not playing Rano in this game. Something else to note is that B-Bats was DQ'd in this same pool. B-Bats was not able to show up to GOML this weekend, so he was seated last. So, unfortunately, no other known fleet action this past weekend as far as we know. Then we have Switch's pool, pretty straightforward. I do want to highlight one person from this pool, and that is Duo Scythe. For those that do not know, Duo Scythe is a old school Rivals 1 TO who actively runs Rivals 2 tournaments, mainly Hop on Rivals, which runs every Monday. Sometimes you will catch sometimes as well. Duo Scythe was not projected to make it into top 64 loser side, but despite the fact that he had 2 DQ wins, managed to beat a Maple and a Zetter to make it into top 64, which is really good from him, right? So big ups to Duo on his little run there. Proud of you. Go to TO and player. One second, that is a problem. Discord has not been picking up my stuff, but
It's picking out.
there we go.
I'm seeing it over on Tech's stream that looks like, or like I can see Tech's stream. All right, there we go. Now I can see it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, what probably has to happen is that real quick, I'm gonna briefly swap over my monitor display.
Alright. But if any of you in chat checked out the tournament, what was your favorite upset? Let us know, and we'll read it soon.
Jaz, I wanted to add something about when you were looking at Switch's pool, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you guys have been following Switch's like journey path, like within his character character selections. Like we all know that he's been doing Zetterburn, but on his stream a few times now, even like within the past few months, he's saying he's been enjoying Olympia more. So he wanted to go Olympia in more tournaments. This one, however, at GOML, we actually did not see Olympia come out once. So I'm wondering if he thought maybe like Olympia wasn't like ready yet for tournament play, but over on his streams, a lot within the past couple of months, he's been grinding out Olympia, saying that he likes like Olympia way better. But then now, as I was saying, like for GOML, we did not see one bit of Olympia. We just saw all Zetterburn, which I thought that was like kind of interesting. Like you saying that you're grinding another character like for a tournament, and then just be like, no.
Well, maybe it's just not ready yet. I do remember him playing Zetter when he was like still playing Maple in the beginning, and then going back and forth. But Zetter debuting into the tournament series with Switch was a little bit sooner than the length of time he's been grinding with Olympia. So maybe we'll see it in an offline tournament soon. And I don't know if he's been in any of the online tournaments with Olympia or not, but
That I do not know.
I do know that Switch has been going to some of these local brackets and playing Olympia there. At like fusions and all that. It's been getting some results. It's probably not up to where his Olympia wants it to be, to where Zetter is per se. So we'll just have to see how that is working. I do apologize for the brief technical difficulties on my stream. The bracket popped up. But next up we have Spargo's pool, and later on you guys will see that Spargo went on one hell of a run, and we already know what this guy has been capable of when it comes to playing Rivals 2, right? The last time we saw Spargo in Grands was during Let's Make Big Moves back in January, where he took Cake to Game 5. And this was with him only 2 or 3 months in to playing Rivals 2.
yeah, which was crazy for its time.
Yeah,
I want to add on. Oh, sorry, go to you first.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I wanted to add on is that like that weekend alone of Let's Make Big Moves, that was the same weekend that he got like #1 in the world for Smash Ult, and everyone was like, Spargo, you can't just go from getting #1 in the world in Smash to almost like to now just taking Rivals 2, like a whole Rivals 2 title. Because like he won Smash Ultimate at that tournament, but he almost like was like really close to resetting the bracket in LMBM against Cake. Like, isn't that crazy to think about?
It is.
Yeah, it is impressive. It's amazing how good Spargo's fundamentals are, and they just carry over game through game.
Yeah. I always, just a little bit off topic, but I always like looking at some of the other tournament attendance names. And this pool's got some bangers. The Dinky, Enormous Rat, my personal favorite, my balls, we're got the same last the spelling, but poor my balls lost to Girly, didn't get out of pools. And the Dinky, everybody was scared of the Dinky. Everybody DQ'd against Dinky. That's what happened. That's what happened. I believe in Dinky, bro. And Squatch, probably sponsored by Dr. Swatch, so you got to be on the lookout for them.
Nerd, dude. Sorry for laughing.
You got to be on the lookout for them. That's a banger pool right there, full of killers and soap.
Damn, better clean.
All right. Lastly, in the A, this is the last of the A. No, I lied. This is not the last of the A wave, but probably the last A wave pool we're gonna take a look at. Run Gunshoe's pool, and Run Gunshoe is second in Ontario, so behind Marlon, and we're all probably thinking, is Ron Gunshoe the best Clarion right now? Can he win this? Can he take it, right?
I'd say the most consistent Clarion right now, in my opinion.
Yeah. And we've seen Vibes run so far. We haven't really seen much of Ron Gunshoe's run since the first online major and LACS. But the amount of improvement Ron Gunshoe has had from LACS to now is incredible.
Yep.
Because he went from having these nerves at LACS to close to taking games off the Cake, and as you will probably see later in Top 64, actually taking games off of Cake, and we will see exactly how that set how that set went.
Hold on, what was that player's name? Was that Sid? That better not say Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. I swear if it does. It does. I knew it. I knew it. All I saw was bat, and I was like, bro, I know it says bathwater. we gotta snipe the funny names. That's what I do every time I look at one of the big tournaments.
What the hell kind of a name is that?
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is.
Bro, were they sponsored by Bed Bath and Beyond?
No, they were sponsored by Sydney Sweeney, which is a hell of a sponsorship if possible.
All right, moving on to the B pools. First B pool we have Cake's pool. Also notably here, one of the developers, Kells, who is the main person behind a lot of the trailer cameras, camera angles, and all of that. Melee Origin didn't make it out of pools, unfortunately. But good to see Kells actually out there at some tournaments, you know. We're so used to seeing him behind the scenes. Other than that, not too much going on. Poliu is a really good Ronald to my knowledge, so this seems as about as expected. Let's see. Next poll we have Beastly. Beastly is one name to keep an eye on, right? McDuckers is another name to keep an eye on as we move forward through the bracket, right? McDuckers, or McDucky for those that don't know, is a Rivals 1 workshop player who also has a bit of melee experience under her belt. Okay. And I forget what she's ranked in Ontario, but she's also in this general region.
I want to say. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I know it's gonna be the wrong answer.
No, it's fine because I do remember seeing the power rankings, but I just don't remember the placement. In typical fashion, we have Cork not able to show up to the event to take
hell,
names.
Man?
Cork DQs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The fact that it was almost a DQ all the way to top 64 is hilarious.
That'd be insane. Also, Wispy.
That would have been funny. But yeah, Cork could not make it to GOML despite signing up because he was at a 4th of July party the day before. That's the Cork Classic.
I really wanted to watch his run.
Oh, here we go. Here's a notable upset. So, ZB's pool, MCOC is a really solid Zetterburn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting him to make it out. But no, Toronto Joe's apparently one of the TOs, right?
Yes.
What background does Toronto Joe have?
No clue. Besides Toronto.
Wait, in terms of what? In terms of event organizing, or in terms of rivals?
Game, competitive experience. Like, what game did he come from?
Unfortunately, I think that's an Outcast question, and he's currently not here.
Well, we'll figure it out eventually. But I'm impressed to actually see that one of the TOs managed to go on a really solid run. And let's see, but MCOC did end up making out of pools, and then Copter, one of the notable commentators, aka Fabs, unfortunately drowning in pools, but put on some banger commentary as usual. So shoutouts to him.
Copter's so great, man. He's such a chill guy. Like in general, I've talked to Copter a bunch. Like whenever he's came into Thermos. Like, you can have, a 20-minute conversation with that guy and probably a drink. And it's just, he's really super chill to be around with.
Yeah, an amazing guy. Not the last pool in the B-Way, but we do have NBAD's pool. This looks like it went about as expected, with NBAD making out, Ceramic also making it out. Mm-hmm. Recent R2S graduate Lone also making it out in losers. So yeah, pretty much probably as projected. And lastly, we have the C wave, which is the wave that Outcast was in. And I know Outcast was saying prior to this that, oh, if I beat Uda, then I'd have to face Marlon, and we will see how his sets went with Uda in top 64. Unfortunately, that didn't get streamed. That wasn't one of the things that were streamed. When top 64 did get started, so we were kind of left in the dark and had to wait for the results to roll in. But his pool also seems pretty straightforward to me. Not too much to really talk about, other than good to see Uda back. He was seeded 16th within the top 16, and honestly, I won't lie. I was like, what events has Uda been to that warrants him to be in top 16 or like a 16th seed? And he proved it, because I was skeptical at first. I won't lie. Because I haven't seen him play in like quite a while. But Uda is still kicking it. One of the notable Rivals 1 Clarence. Still sticking out with the character in Rivals 2.
Yeah, it's good to see some of those.
The character's good. I don't see why not.
Alright, next up, Sandstorm. Sandstorm was seeded 9th. Now, prior to this, you'd probably think, oh, that's gotta be recency bias. That 100% had to be recency bias because he got 9th at CEO. But what you guys will later see on when we look to top 64 is that, you know what, Sandstorm earned that 9th.
Yeah, I'd
And
also
honestly,
like to reiterate that Sandstorm was also a top Brawl player and is a top Brawlhalla player.
I actually did not know the Brawl part about him. Okay. But yeah, I do want to see more of Sandstorm's Olympia. I will say that. I want to see more of it. It's got really strong fundamentals and really high potential to be one of the best ollies out there.
Oh, 1000%.
And we also have Bullets, and you guys will see Bullets later. Bullets went on one hell of a run this weekend.
Oh,
Sandstorm was
a theme there, guys.
What was that?
Oh, he used to be a top multiverses player too.
Yeah.
He's been basically everywhere.
Also, Pug, can I ask, what do you mean by you felt my aura 3 streams away? I don't know what that means.
It's something the kids say these days. Don't worry about it.
As the kids would say.
Oh, you'll figure that makes sense.
But yeah, I do want to point out one other person, and again, will become relevant later. The homie Synthesis. This Rivals 1 Ellie was taking names this past weekend on Zetterburn. And you will see why momentarily. I think this pretty much wraps up like the pools that I wanted to take a look at. So we can go ahead and take a peek at how top 64 went. Because again, not all of these got streamed.
Yeah, unfortunately, compared to CEO, there was a lot more sets missing from the streams.
And also, unfortunately, I don't think there was anybody really there to record those sets, because I know whenever Renzo's at a tournament and he wants more sets to be streamed, he'll bring like a capture card or something and has those recorded and uploaded to his YouTube channel. But I don't think we had anybody there at GOMLF for that.
Unfortunate.
YXL actually did that for Riptide last year, where he brought in like, I think it was like a Aver media capture card. It's like the reddish squarish looking one, and you can just like click the middle button and it starts recording. Because he actually would use that and bring them for the little Macomb weeklies that we used to have in Michigan, like for Smash. So that capture card, he'd bring it everywhere. And if you look up on his YouTube channel, YXL, I think it's YXL Game if I'm not mistaken, majority of the Rivals 2 pools matches were recorded and put onto YouTube. on his channel, especially the most important ones too, right? If they didn't make it on main stage, they would all the players would just go to that one setup and hit record on the most important ones.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more people like that,
Yeah.
especially as time goes on. But we'll get back into that a little bit later. Uh, Starting with Outcast. Close game 5 set with Uda. Unfortunately, wasn't able to take it. And again, we don't really know what happened in that set. I do want to say that unfortunately, the thing that knocked him out was him SDing in game 5 with D-Brick, which, my goodness, Outcast got into top 64. I just had every set go to game 5, which is crazy. Because I know the last time that Outcast and MCOC played, it was in HBox's tournament, and that was also a close set, 2-1 in Outcast's favor. So I was expecting this one to also be very close as well. I was not expecting this to end in an SD. But you also hate to see the BC team kill coming from these two.
Yeah.
But hey, Outcast was a lot more excited to commentate top 8 of GOMLF, so understandable, but bowing out of the 25th, and he'll probably tell you next week on the next episode a little bit more about his experience, so we'll leave it at that for now.
Yeah.
Another person I did forget to mention in pools was Mr. R coming out of nowhere, coming to GOMLF. We got a little bit more roster outside of Dakpo and partially Marlon here, and Mr. R did put on a show, right? I do remember this set specifically being one of the ones that were streamed, and Mr. R still got it in him, you know?
It's pretty fire.
But yeah, unfortunately, dropping to Cake Assault in 3-1, and I then took it over D-Brick, but then lost to Bullets. And speaking of Bullets,
what a run!
The start of his insane run began with him upsetting Sandstorm. Actually, I wish this got streamed, or somebody streamed it, because this would have been an amazing set to watch.
And then lose.
No, I wonder if since Outcast was there, I don't know if he watched it from the sidelines. I'm curious, how did it start? Like, did it start from Sandstorm being up 2-0 and then Bullets reverse 3-0ing or something like that to make the energy go up, or was it like a even 1-1-1-2-2 set where it's like each player took each game and then Bullets just ended up winning in the end?
We may never know. We may never know.
Very curious to hear that.
Out. Yeah, that is a good question. But right now, we may never know until Outcast tells us. And assuming he was watching that set, but Bullets upsetting Sandstorm to start things off, losing to Ron Guntrue to send him into losers, and then had to get through Edelus Maple. Ooh. Edelus Maple was one of those matchups that I know was not a thing that I think either side's really liked in Rivals 1, and I could definitely see why neither side would like it again in Rivals 2. It is one of those weird matchups that don't feel right.
Yeah, it makes your brain hurt. What do I do?
I can't even, I have to take off my glasses just to watch that, because oh my gosh. I'll tell you right now, my glasses will break if I have to see, that matchup again, in person, because I already view it as Maple beats the crap out of Edelus, just of how hard it is to get in, on the Maple.
Yep.
But people are better than me, so whatever. But no, I mean that's crazy. Are Edelus players now starting to figure out the matchups nowadays?
I should mention that Edelus has been seeing a lot of progression lately. I think he's in contention for being one of the better characters in the game.
It's pretty fire.
Maybe not top 5, but definitely up there.
Yeah.
Definitely top 10.
Yeah, bullets.
For sure, top 10.
Yeah, no more Edda's bottom 3 nonsense, because that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't feel bottom 3 at all to me. Not with like the amount of changes that the devs gave him to finally put him up on par with the rest of the cast, and the crazy mains that he has piloting the character, both original Edalist mains from Rivals 1 and new ones coming into the game.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of new ones coming into the game, Bob Gotham is an Ices main from New Brunswick, pulling off some insane upsets. Wins over Revelo. Wins over McDucky, which, by the way, I did want to mention, McDucky was the first person who upset Beastly. The second one, if I can find it, the second one was Synthesis. Beastly, who was seeded 3rd, ended up getting knocked out at 33rd.
Dude, Synthesis is so good. 3rd seed next time. That's how it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, Bop got him. Beating Revelo, beating Ducky, and then finally falling to Spargo. And this match looked like it was starting off fine for Bob Gotham, but then Spargo's adaptations are also insane. So there's that. What else can we talk about? Switch. Here we go. Switch and Dakpo. This is another close set that I could see the points where Switch had the set in Game 5 and he just wasn't able to get it, unfortunately. Yeah. And that's what sent him into losers. But on the other side of things, Remren is another person that I did not mention in pools, but my goodness, she also put on a wonderful show this weekend. And to start things off, I was sad to see that Maya and Remren had to fight each other. These are probably 2 of the most notable Arcanes right now, not named Marlin. You have Remren, Ayata, Maya, and Cabbage right now, so...
Chuck Fug, too.
Chuck Fug. Thank you, Shadow. And...
Pretty sure Olsen still plays, too, so...
Mr. Olsen?
So those are some... Yep, Mr. Olsen.
Oh my god, what a name from fucking way back.
Olsen showed up at CEO, so it's good to see him still.
I think he was actually in my pool, if I'm not mistaken.
Mr. Olsen?
Yeah, Mr. Olsen.
That's fire.
But yeah, the biggest thing that Remren did was not only beat ZB in winners, and then beat Dakpo in winners, but she beat ZB twice, 6-0ing him in both sets that they met. And I remember the commentators saying that ZB does not like the Arcane matchup, so much so that at the start of the first set between these two, ZB went Maple.
Damn.
And then Copter after the set, or no, not only after the set, but like in the middle of the set, he'd go, "Put that maple away. Put it away."
Yeah, everybody was telling ZB to put the maple away.
And I was like, dude, Copter, I'm gonna take a shot every time Copter says that. He ended up saying that 7 times on comms. Man, dude, put the maple away. Put it away.
Got a better chance.
Yeah, ZB pulling out the maple just to show how busted F-Tote was on the character, and then just went back to Crag.
And I think he even like struggled with the Crag too, like on games 2 and 3. Game 2 specifically, like that was just a speed run. I remember briefly, and then game 3 was just like, well, that was just losing the puzzle.
Dude, the evil Nardwar run and losers after losing right in top 64 winners. Like, right as soon as he got in.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's look at Nardwar real quick. I literally
Yep,
passed
right
them.
there.
Following the Dak Pro to start, and then beating Lone, Lox Maple, beating Turnip. I forget who Turnip plays, but I recognize the name.
Maple?
Beating McDucky in Loxodont Rano, beating Maya
Dude,
in Loxodont Orcane.
dude, as a person who just can't play Lox anymore, I can't stand fighting Ranos and I can't stand fighting Orcanes. And for Nardwar just to be like, you know what, fuck it, we ball and we 3-0. We 3-0 both of these players is insane. And then but I think Nardwar really good losses. I don't think people talk about that enough. Like, there's really good losses here. Cake and Dakpo. It's another one to be ashamed of.
Yeah, absolutely. Then another thing to note, how in the world did Cake get into losers? So remember how I said Ron Gunshu has been getting a lot better about against Cake? Yeah, this happened. Ron Gunshu 3-0'd Cake and it awoken losers Cake for the rest of the bracket.
Crazy ass Ron. Ron Gunshu putting in a lot of work. And then Cake just
And like
being pissed.
the crowd itself, like during that set, like you can hear them through the commentators like microphones. Like that's how loud they got during that set. And I think it was a full house too, like in that ballroom too. Like everyone stopped their sets to walk over to where the stream stage was just to watch like Rengunshu 3-0 Cake. In a very convincing manner, by the way, may I add.
Was this all on VG Bootcamp 3? Or
Yeah, VG Bootcamp 3.
Yeah.
And then for Sunday for top 8 was on VG Bootcamp 2.
oh, okay.
All right, I think
Yeah,
I think that does wrap up top 64. I do want to give like one minor shout out to Godly here. I do remember I was chilling in No Thighs chat prior to Gamo, and I know Godly was really confident that he could make a run to top 8. Did unfortunately fall to Spark when I remember him saying that I had game 4 against him if I didn't mess up this X thing, which I'm blanking on, so I do apologize about that. But Godly almost making a really huge upset, and I think he was also saying as we were watching the rest of the bracket with No Thread that he essentially would have had whose path? I want to say Bullets' path into top 8 or Dakpo's path, but either way, I do think that Godly is going to be able to take some names. There's a lot of people in that top 64 that definitely will be able to take some names with more time.
Who does Godly play?
Right. Rano.
Rana? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll definitely be able to do that with that character.
Oh, jeez.
Not to take anything away from you, Godly. Not to take anything away from you. But I'm just saying, I've used the shit out of Rano, and you'll be able to do it. You'll be in top 8 next time, I believe.
All right, and that leads us up to top 8 today, where, funnily enough, not only was all of winners just only Claren and Orcane, but no American, funnily enough, was in winners. They were all in losers.
Oh, that's funny.
So that was funny. So to start things off, Outcast and Nurse on top 8. We had ZB Bullets. I think Nothai kept wondering, or somebody in Nothai's chat kept wondering if ZB was going to go the Edalus Ditto, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think we've really seen ZB's Edalus at all.
I haven't seen ZB play Edalus at all in this game. We know he has one in Rivals 1, but
yeah, I saw it at Wrath, but ZB was mainly just fucking around in pools and just kind of destroying people because he can. But that was in January, so, or February, whenever that was.
Yeah, and man, it is like so hard to choose any set here that wasn't good, because these were all bangers. If you think about it, these were all bangers, right? Marlon Spargo was a really close set. Ron Gunshu Remren was a really close set. Remren again. I do remember her having some close games against Ron Gunshu and some close games in her set with Cake. And let me tell you, I strongly believe that the next time if she meets either of these two people again, I think she has it. I strongly believe that she has it. In a matchup where a lot of Orcanes say that this is one of Orcane's worst matchups, and in another matchup which we know from Rivals 1 isn't the best for Orcane either. Because there was a lot of times in her set against Cake where she was up 2 stocks and then Cake managed to bring it back. But I am excited to see a lot more Remren moving forward. But top 8 started off with ZB Bullets, and my god, every time I kept looking at my phone, ZB's first stock was gone within the first 5 seconds.
That's so crazy.
The first 3 games that happened. And I do know that if Bullets landed in a Nair up air in game 4, then he would have taken the set. Unfortunately, ended up getting twit-longered by ZB and then 3-stocked in game 5, but still an amazing set nonetheless. I was going back and forth and back and forth. And Cake Dakpo. Now this is when you could really tell that Loser's Cake was alive.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like there's no doubt about it. But Dakpo, it's still nice to see. It's still nice to see like roster mains out there that have been sticking with the character regardless of the 10 million changes that the character's been getting. And Torque, you can attest to that for sure.
I can because I never dropped the character no matter what. I was still going to the best of my ability. And with that, I actually made top 32 at Genesis, which was the worst patch for Raster. Think of it like, you know how crazy that is? To get top 32 with the worst patch of Raster.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, what else? We got to see Claire and Ditto winners finals, which, yeah, understandable. There's not much to really comment about there.
Claren mains do not space. I love that. I love that Reddit thread.
I think seeing 2 Clarence and winners finals is like a big testament of like what the devs should be focusing on, and it's mainly just their up tilt.
Yeah, that upset's
Oh
a
my
war
God.
crime.
Yeah, what a good. That's a very good move. That's a very good move.
I distinctly remember seeing somebody in Nothai's chat while we were watching Top 8 saying that Spargo plays Claren like she's Falco. Actually, no, it wasn't in Nothai's chat. It was I was in Life Flight Cafe when I saw somebody said that. Not Nothai's chat. And I was like, you know what? With how good up tilt is, he might as well, because the up tilt connects into Tipper up tilt connects into Tipper there pretty well. So I can see it. I can see the analogy.
That character's something. Strong feelings.
I find it funny how if I had to watch a character Ditto like in top level bracket, I always look at it as that little game / meme that everyone plays, like, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? That's kind of what it is. That's what Dittos are. Why are you hitting yourself?
All right. We'll come back to the other losers quarters set in a second, but like I mentioned earlier, Rembrandt 6-0ing ZB in both sets that they played against each other. Ron Gunshu unfortunately getting 3-0'd back by Cake in losers finals. which led up to the rematch from Let's Make Big Moves of Spargo Cake Assault. And man, everybody was saying that Spargo would have had this major in his hand had he just held ledge
Oh my
for
god,
longer.
yeah.
Was that
I
set
saw
1 or
that.
set 2?
Set 1.
Oh shit.
Even Spargo tweeted that out too, actually, like in those exact words. I knew I would have won this set if I was. What the hell? Wait, is my mic on? Oh, wait, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's on.
Very much fun.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. He said it in those exact words. By the way, he goes like, "I would have won that set if I had just held ledge."
Yeah,
Oh
and
my gosh.
that crucial mistake ended up biting him in the reset like pretty badly. And we could all see it. He was starting to fumble quite a lot because he knew he had this tournament. But you know what? He kept his head up. He played it out. Unfortunately, loser's cake did prevail
I don't know.
with a 3-1.
I'm kind of
in
here
the
for it.
reset.
I'm kind of here for the loser's cake. I'm kind of here for the key jiggling. It's
Oh my
it's gonna be a good
Oh my
celebratory
god,
stream.
I forgot about
Did
that.
So I had this idea. I told Cake, and I was like, look, you can buy. I forgot what the price is on Amazon, but I think it's like $10. You get 100 keys, and he could just make his own key rings, and have like it would probably be too much money to have Cake Assault engraved on the key or whatever, but he could sell them because I'm trying to help Cake market himself as just a viewer, not as a like manager or anything. I was like,
Yeah.
you make money, and then after you win, everybody in the crowd stands up. We all jiggle our fucking keys, and then it's a good day for you. And he was
Oh
like,
my god.
he was like, that's so stupid, but I'm down. So like, I don't think anything's gonna happen with it. I don't think anything's gonna come with it or come of it, but I think it'd be super fire if it did.
Look at Tech trying to
all-
help out a fellow top player.
Like, I was gonna ask you, like, when you're when you said you were helping out Kega, so are you trying to have him like make ads, like just like what you do?
Oh hell
for
no,
TikTok?
no. Just marketing in terms of like how he can sell himself as a top player, just to help him make money. Because that's one thing I think a lot of players lack that stream that are high level. They don't know how to market themselves or like their personality, and that's why a lot of them struggle. They're just like, I just got to win the tournament to make the money, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, true, but at the same time, you don't have to. So.
And with the key
The funny
jingling
thing is,
thing,
I technically have a brand that I could still use because I technically do kind of still play Rano.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of a thing. Hey Tech, do you remember just Rano things?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that was me.
That's so funny. That's fire. What a throwback.
My God, I loved it because he was so stupid.
Mm-hmm. I'm just
I
down for Cake just to stomp everybody for the season, just to prove that he's still the best. Even though like now you talk to Cake, and you're like, oh, are you gonna win? And he's like, I don't know. There's a lot of killers here. Like people that are like 30th seed could just take me out. And I'm like, that's how you know like
he's
there's
not wrong.
so many like good players in this game.
we need to when Cake wins a tournament, or like each time he wins the game, when we're in the crowd, we need to bring like a pack of like keys and just like start jingling them each time Cake starts winning a game or even wins a set.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But yeah, Spargo recognizing his mistakes, he knows that he's got it, and we will all see what happens either in the online tournament or. But before I do move on to what our next upcoming tournaments are for the summer portion of the R2CS circuit, oh boy. I think for a lot of people, Marlin Cake was their set of the night. I will leave it at that. We will get back into that next episode when Outcast is back. But I think I'm just gonna leave it at if you know, you know. And we'll talk about that next week and as another topic.
All true things.
But yeah, that was GOMLF at Absolute Cinema. And as of right now, these standings for the league are not updated yet because I do not think, or maybe they are. I'm not entirely sure. Because I feel like Spargo wasn't here before, or nor Run Gunshoe, but I don't know. I can't really tell. But I digress.
Yeah.
Hey, full stream's on there.
Be surprised if he wasn't.
As he should. As he should. Yep.
Yeah, so our next tournament in the R2CS circuit is the second the second HBox online qualifier, or R2CS July. Now this was the bracket that I was the most questioning the most about when I was trying to initially plan out Threat Level Alpha 3, but I don't have to worry about that. Threat Level Alpha 3 got pushed back to next year. So that way the devs have more time to, one, flesh this out since it is kind of a mess right now, and two, more so that I can get some branding done and dusted with the event, because I did agree that the logo that it had did need a bit of an update, and so does the other stuff. So yeah, this is the final chance for somebody to be able to get to EVO. So, as you can see, competitor registration for EVO is now closed. We've got less than a month out for one of the biggest tournaments for Rivals ever again. So, if you're somebody looking to try and get to EVO, you gotta win this to get in, so you can get a voucher.
Dude, I can't wait to
Now,
watch Skeptic get into EVO. It's gonna be crazy.
Now, obviously, if Marlon wins this again, it's not going to go to him. It's going to go to whoever's in second place. So,
I guess the runner-up.
Yeah, good luck to everybody entering this. I am a bit shocked to see that there's only 63 people signed up for this, though. That is concerning and also kind of disappointing, but I
give it time.
Kind of don't blame
you know how Rivals people are.
Yeah, unfortunately I do. I know this. I know this shit. I'm a TO.
I'm just like, you should know that number is not reflective of what's going to actually happen.
But yeah, we shall see. We shall see how this goes. Gonna go back. But after the online circuit, well, this is the second online circuit that we know is confirmed so far. Again, the devs are going to reveal more of the circuit after, I want to say, Riptide, or before that. No, it was after Riptide, because I do remember SBS saying like September or something. I do wish that information would come out a little bit earlier. I digress though. But the next events you have to look for, August is really stacked. There's nothing else for the month of July other than the online major. But August, we have EVO. We've said time and time again that we have a lot of high hopes for EVO that we want to happen, so that way we have a possibility of making Rivals 2 a mainstay game at one of the most, no, not even one of the most prestigious fighting game event out there.
Yep.
Followed by Supernova the next week. I am still debating on if I want to go to Supernova or not. I do have a lot of people from the Dust Wolves team that are going to be attending there, and I feel like I should at least attend there to watch their runs. I've also been kind of on the fence about commentary, but I have a feeling that the form might be closed, but I'll check it again and try to at least do something before I go back to college. Speaking of going back to college, Collision actually happens the weekend that I'm supposed to move back in, so there's that. But there's a there's exactly a 1 week break between Supernova and Collision, but other than that, August is probably the most stacked month so far on the circuit. And it'll be really interesting to see. Is there actually anything more after Riptide? No, there isn't.
Nope.
Not
For
yet.
now, no.
Yeah.
Like, I have this gut feeling they're gonna announce it like either right after Collision or right after Riptide.
Yeah, I feel like it'll probably be
Well,
after
yes.
Collision, but the main or after Evo even, because that wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's a
I mean,
lot that they
there's
could-
announcements that
There's
get
a
like
shit
happen.
ton.
But if anyone understands how like the Rivals Championship Series works, usually the end bracket is Genesis.
Yep.
So do keep an eye out for that.
That'd be a perfect.
Yeah, we all
thing
know
for Evo.
Genesis is gonna be there.
That'd be a perfect thing for Evo. They drop the trailer, they drop the new character, they drop adding another game mode or story mode or something to keep you entertained, to get other people into it, and then they were like, and for all the competitors, here's the next half of the R2CS. Boom! It's all over the US and not East Coast. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's ideally what we want.
so.
Yep, true. In a perfect world.
All right. And then of course, per usual, we got Riptide. I'm actually curious. So far, I want to see how many people we have for both Rivals 1 and 2. So I know this is one of the events that Rivals 1 is at. I think the last time
Go
ahead.
First. Oh, I was gonna say that from the last time I remember you looking over Rivals 1 for Riptide, this Riptide. I think it was on the second episode, or was that the first one? That Rivals 1 had 13 players, I think, signed up for Rivals 1. So I'm curious if it went up by much.
Yeah, we'll see that in a second. But as of right now, Riptide sitting at 114 attendees. That number will probably still go up, so not the end of the world. And then Rivals 1. Yeah, I think that's what Outcast. I think that's what Outcast showed the last time that we were talking about it off stream, was that it was at 15 entrants. Not looking too good, as all I have to say for the Rivals 1 people that wanted this to be back. And I'll leave it at that. But before we do move on to our next topic, because that's going to conclude that, if you do want to hear more about what we had to say about Rivals 1, please go watch our pilot episode where we talk about Rivals Championship Series for Rivals 1 and the community wanting to revive that, and probably leave it at that. But the next thing that we got on the chopping block is not Pop Cup yet. We'll get to that later.
Let's go Pop Cup.
Absa. That's what's next on the chopping block. So,
Boy.
Absa has almost been out for a week now. Obviously, we didn't get to see much of her at GOMLF because that's not enough time for a character to be out to play her. But basically, just want to ask, hey, how are we all feeling about Absa?
I guess I'll take it. Or you go first, Shadow.
Oh, okay. I'll start by saying, like, she feels amazing to play. However, I don't think her toolkit is good enough in this engine where everyone's just mashing constantly. But I think over time, people will start to figure her out. So I'm not going to put a rating on her just yet, but just understand that she will feel a little uncomfortable to play, not because her kit's bad, but because everyone else is just mashing a lot. So do keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not jump to insane conclusions like Absa's bottom 4.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think she's great. I think she has a wonderful up throw for setups. I think she has a decent back throw to kill. I mean, it's not too early, but I mean, That's what up air's for. Kill him with up air, right? I think back air feels so good to hit. It's so good. And like forward air as well. But everything, all of her tools that she has, and just as you're playing her, like she definitely feels more Rivals 1 and a little bit more broken, but still like not broken enough because of like how Shadow said the engine is in the game. I like her, and I can't wait to see like what other people do with her. People are already doing the it's gravity cancel ledge dash or whatever the hell that is. I've been seeing
gravity cancel ledge snap.
Yeah, that shit has been super sick, and that's just she's been out for a week and a half now, right? Yeah, so I mean that's just week and a half. We already got that.
Close to a week.
Yeah, so like she's got good shit coming up, and just give her time. She's not bottom 4. It like me and Outcast have both said, like I refuse to believe a character with that strong of an up air that kills that fucking early is a bad character. That is so stupid. If you're saying that and you know who you are, shut up. Shut up. Stop
Jesus.
talking. Play your little boo-boo ass character and go and do your easy confirms and get it done so the intellectuals can play their Absa mains and go through bracket and then prove you stupid. And you'd be like, oh, well, I guess she's not bottom 4.
Silence Sutter main and Absa main. He's talking.
Exactly.
You know what Absa has shown me?
What?
This is proof that the engine is catered towards mashing.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I can see it.
100%.
And that's a problem I've been having with this engine for a very long time. It's also the reason why you constantly have to ask me, how do you deal with mashing?
Tell your opponent.
You have to outmash the masher. I mean,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
To tell me I'm wrong. Like that's the only thing that comes to mind.
Absolutely right.
I hope we get a higher damage ratio if people hold down when they get hit by an attack. Not 25%. Make it 45. Let's do it. Fuck it. I'm down.
Oh, jeez.
I'm
I don't
down.
want 4-hugging to be a solution to that. It shouldn't be.
Yep.
I also wanted to add on that I played Absa during the content creators bracket. It was called Oops All Absa bracket. Wisely and I were playing in grands of one of the rounds. I think it was the static bracket, if I'm not mistaken. I could probably look that up again.
Yeah, it was static bracket. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But Absa itself, like, yeah, she feels like I kind of wanted to jump back to the point what Shadow said, like, that this is proving that this engine is like, whoa, so what did you say? Something Shadow about
catered
like
to mashing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the first time I ever had to like actually mash, on a character like this, because I'm usually a raster only player. It was the first time I ever got to play Absa in the first place.
She can't really mash anyway. She has to play very carefully, and unfortunately, some characters, looking at you, Zetterburn, just don't give a shit.
I do want to add
Oh, go ahead.
For the content creator bracket, Oops All Absas isn't really an original name. Louisiana, we had Oops All Frogs because we had too many goddamn Rhino mains. So I'm not saying they're taking inspiration from us. I'm just saying they're taking inspiration from us, and that's fine.
Shout out to LA Rivals.
Basic.
See, there you go. I plugged in your shit. I plugged in your shit, Tack. Come on.
Exactly. Not my shit. Louisiana shit. There we go.
I don't know. I mean, you're in that chord too, so I figured just accept the fucking compliment.
All right.
But yeah, I will say it. Like Absa does feel a little bit fun. Like when I was trying out the character a little bit. Not saying that I'm going to like fully commit to Absa as the secondary, but for shits and giggles, I might like
secondary character.
Well, what I mean is like as time goes on, like that might become a possibility. Or I'll just stick to if my chat requests me to play Absa for a couple of rounds, then I'll do it. But Raster's still the main character, obviously. But I still think of having Absa as like off to the side, at least from what I've experienced so far.
All right, my turn. I do want to preface this that I did play a little bit of Absa in Rivals 1. I did mention this in an episode before. But to keep it brief, I played Absa because she was the Zelda-like character in honor memory of my grandmother, whose name was Zelda, because I did the same thing when I was playing Ultimate Zelda. And I really enjoyed like the way that you can move with Absa in Rivals 1. And in my mind in Rivals 2, I think that she's definitely gonna be one of those super movement heavy characters to try and like keep up with everybody. Cause it's part of her is like about positioning, right? Where you position your cloud to get your openings and all that. And I think the other part of it is like movement that you need to have down. I forgot the saying. Movement that you have to like practice and have down to the wire,
Muscle
essentially.
memory, I think, is what you're
Yeah,
looking
muscle
for.
memory. Like ingrained in your muscle memory to just try and keep up with like characters mashing. Maybe that's just the way I see it because I did play a little bit of Absa and I'd arguably consider her to be a secondary that I had in one. And it's kind of the way that I was thinking in the couple of matches that I played against Shadow when the day that she came out as well, is that she's definitely gonna take a lot of patience, two, a lot of lebbing, three, possibly a lot of movement or movement mix-ups, especially with Uppy. For those that don't know how Absa Uppy works, basically Pikachu Quick Attack, Pikachu's Uppy in Smash.
Yep.
So there's a lot of stuff that you can do from there, and realistically, all you'd have to do is like look at melee Pikachu and like how Axe moves with the character using Uppy to get an idea of like how you're supposed to be moving with Absa, and that's kind of like the mindset that I have with her in 2. But overall, I think I do think she has potential to tear up some brackets in the future, giving her some more time. I do want to see if she can take any names at Evo, assuming anybody's playing Absa at Evo.
Oh, we'll
And
see some.
what's up?
I said we'll see some.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll
But yeah,
only do it for
I'm excited.
content.
I'm excited for this character.
Yeah.
I think it's what the game definitely needed after getting Edelus, who wasn't exactly released in a great spot, but had to be worked back up to be on par with the rest of the cast, and Olympia, who was just the perfect pick up and play and hold forward character. You kind of needed something to kind of counteract that kind of hold forward character, you know. And I think Absa was that. It was the good choice for that.
Yeah.
Because not only is it bringing in like more of the lab rats, it's bringing back the Absa mains from 1, and it's also bringing in like people that like to stare at attractive things, and I'll leave it at that.
It's a good thing for the game. It's a great thing for the game, and I'm gonna die on that hill. Mm-hmm.
You know who you are if you're using pool party Absa. I won't deny it. It's a good looking skin. I won't deny it. That, and then Dan was even saying himself, "Oh, the person that made this is gonna give us money for a couple more months off of this skin alone."
Yep.
So
we need Absa and a luau outfit. That'll get some money.
oh my,
Oh my coconuts, that's crazy.
the modding team is probably gonna be on that. I just know it. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with Absa, and again, let's not jump to wild conclusions with her so early on. I know I was saying in Wise the other day that I feel like she could have the potential to be top 5 in Rivals 2, just based off of one, her how she played in 1 and her strengths from 1 that carried over into 2.
Yeah.
And 2, the sheer amount of stuff that you can do with Cloud, or the sheer amount of stuff that you can do more with Cloud now. And even though you might not get the opportunity to see that, because that does require special pummeling, and let's be honest, everybody's going to be hitting the B button to avoid getting special pummeled. It's still a possibility of seeing that.
Stuff with her without special pummeling, because at the end of the day, people will just mash B.
Yeah, or just not play the game at all, you know. But yeah, Absa, I'm confident to see where she goes from here. I actually hope that at the patch after Evo, the devs don't touch her unless it's like something that she absolutely needs, or it's like something that needs to be taken away from her. But so far, I don't think I see either of those things. So I think she's fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I said
I knew you were gonna-
absolutely.
We all fall into the trap. It happens every time. It happens every time.
Somebody's gonna put that on a Valentine's Day card. Just watch. It's coming 2026. All right, but I think that wraps up our thoughts on Absa so far, and it might probably be the last time we'll talk about her for a while until maybe after Evo, like after a month where she's had time to fully develop. Now that I want you all to remember when Torque was saying that, hey, I'm not gonna drop my character, I'm gonna stick with that, and that perfectly segues into our next topic of stop downplaying your mains. And Shadow, I'm gonna give you the floor with this one because I do remember the other day that you went through the entire cast with this, with listing off like what each character's strengths are, and
So I'm gonna start with a preface. Every character in this game is stupid. No, it doesn't matter who it is. Even the ones that are quote unquote bottom 3. If you don't believe me, look at the sheer amount of Loxes here in Florida. But here, I actually, hey, Jazz, do you want to send that? Do you want to play that clip I sent you earlier today? Because I think it perfectly prefaces how I feel about Zetter right now.
Oh yeah, let's pull up the HBox clip, shall we?
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. We're gonna cut that a bit.
Warning, it is gonna be very loud.
We're gonna cut that a bit to see PupCup for a bit as I bring up what Shadow sent me. So before I play this, has anybody here seen the HBox crash out video about Fox?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Still not good enough. You have 19 recoveries. All you have to do is win. Somebody put the screen on the screen, like just the big words in white text, and I was like, "What an inspirational quote!" You have so many recoveries.
even without even like before the edits, like you could just like watch the whole clip itself, and it's just like it makes so much sense.
Now,
then the edits just make it even better.
Obviously, this doesn't apply to the top level play because obviously a lot of top players believe in their characters. So this is mainly for like lower level players because you know who you are.
Are you screen sharing it, Jaz, or are you just playing on your stream?
Yeah, I'm actually, hold on, I should screen share it, my bad.
You should probably screen share it, yeah.
For the people watching text screen. There you go. But yeah, I've watched the HBox crash out in like maybe 3 or 4 times now by now. Is that funny?
Edits. I've watched like 4 or 5 edits of it. It's great.
My favorite one that I've seen so far is like the animation that Dilly made. Nazby Dilly. I'm probably saying their name wrong, but Tech, you probably know who I'm talking about. Possibly.
Yeah, I have to see the name.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and play the clip now.
Piece of shit! Randy Fox. All you do is the same bullshit. Because you have everything. Your character has everything. And they cater to you. They change the rules for you to make you win more often. Oh, it's not good enough. Let's keep stadium transformations on. Oh, it's not good enough. Let's give him fucking Z-Jump. Oh, it's not good enough. Let's give him box controllers. Oh, it's not good enough. Let's give him fucking everything he needs. And he is a cool character, of course. Fucking fucking dumbass, top tier, privileged fucking character, and your mains complain. Somehow they complain about what? Puff? God forbid. About what? Ices? Oh, just separate them, you dumb cunt. That's all you fucking need. You have a one-frame option off of drill. You have lasers. You have 19 recoveries. You don't have to do anything except win. Of course.
I'm surprised HBox's voice did not crack throughout all of that. He just maybe was like getting louder.
The thing is, he's passed out from his crash outs before, so I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, so he knew like, okay, like I'm not gonna pass out again because you know, like, I already did it once, so I'll just get louder. Dude,
Like,
I've never heard HBox crash out like that, like in a sense, like character wise, but that has gotta be that was the funniest thing I ever seen from HBox like this whole year.
Piece of shit.
yeah, so the
What do you guys think
idea
of that?
with that, oh my god, so the idea, like, obviously he was talking about Fox, but this can be applied to anything really, even the current patch culture, because honestly, it's really stupid that people will just cry about a character and then complain for nerfs instead of just adapting to said character. But the problem gets juxtaposed when the character who is the best, or one of the best, and we still have mains that are complaining. I'm just like, guys, really? Are you really just gonna keep complaining about a character that's actually really freaking good, and you just have to like, adapt to the matchup and practice?
Yeah.
Because like, I'll be the first to say, I despise Ollie locks because it feels like a matchup check. But at the end of the day, I know that like it's probably no worse than like -1 or like 55-45 for Ollie. And it's mainly because like despite him being a big hitbox, like a big hurt box, that goes both for us and against us. You know? Because it's just like, okay, well we can combo him severely so we can take advantage of him off stage. The risk, it's risk reward. You have to understand that risk reward's a thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just like go off stage. Ollie's recovery is like, well, Ollie's vertical recovery isn't good. Her horizontal recovery is amazing. So it's just a matter of like, okay, well, this is the thing you have to watch out for. This is what you have to do to prevent it. It's really just labbing, practicing, understanding, which is what a lot of people, especially in like mid to lower levels, just don't do. They would rather complain on Twitter or just like vote for this and this character to get nerfed. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously I have respect for the top players who are willing to stick with it, even after like nerfs. And I'll make a slight exception for like a few people who said, okay, well I don't really like this character because they don't feel fun, and then they really pick a character that's fun, like me with Olympia, for example. Because before Ollie I played Fleet in Rano, and I didn't mind Fleet at all. She was fun as hell. Until the first patch, which overcut her, but that's a different story. And then it was just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna use Rana because he's freaking broken, and there's these characters that are really freaking stupid right now. But then it's just like, I'm not really having fun playing this character, so stuff like that I don't really care much about, you know?
Yeah.
It's more like you are willing to stick with this character. You probably picked up this character because everyone said he was broken. So you're just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stick with it. Oh, he's not broken enough. The other characters should, they should auto win for picking a character. They should win at the character selection. And I'm just like, you guys need to understand that this game is a 2-player game. This isn't a 1-player game. If you want to play a 1-player game, go suffer an Elden Ring or something. You'll get your ass kicked there too.
Or Super Mario Brothers solo game.
Yeah. But that's just the nature of patch culture and the idea of just stupidity. But like I knew like it was being implemented in Melee too, because like rule set changes and stuff like that. Because I know like, what is it, like ledge grab limit, stage transformation, stuff like that. I didn't even know they allowed Foxes to have Z jump. That's interesting. My thoughts on Melee is weird because like I love spectating the game. I hate playing it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm the same way. I was actually in an era once where like I began from melee. Right? No, actually I started from brawl. My first tournament was a brawl tournament over at Central Michigan University that my brother took me to. That was the only tournament I did for brawl, and then after that I went to melee. But then there was a time like over the year that I was not getting any better at melee, but for some reason I was better at commentating melee than I was, playing the game.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, fine. I guess this is the new me now. It's like I do like melee. Off to the side, I can't play it. I can't play it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think the controls are like way too sticky. Like the fact that you're forced to get specific controllers and like specific modifications made to your controller in order to actually play the game is stupid. Like that's a clear indication. Like, yeah, melee is 14 years old. No. 24 years old, sorry. Jesus Christ, that game is old. And it's just
Is
like,
it 24?
Yeah, it came out 2001, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, so 24 years old. Still going strong, by the way. Don't. I'm not dissing melee in terms of like a spectator sport. It's fun. It's fun to watch melee, but playing it is just, ugh. It feels like I'm moving through a bottle of glue.
It feels like you have to get like a modded controller like just to play melee.
Yeah,
You know what I
play-
mean? Just so
play the
it
game at a
doesn't feel
competitive
like.
level.
What was that?
Just to play the game at a competitive level.
Yes. Instead of like a OG controller, you have to have something that has like better notches, or like what's that, like UCF shit or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, the point of this conversation was about downplaying, and it's just like, how are Fox mains downplaying their character?
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah. I asked the same question. I asked the same question to Zetter and Forest mains, and it's realistically, it's Zetter and Forest mains. Now I know on the doc that we throw together of our topics, Outcast listed Zetter, Forest, and Etalist mains. I want to be so honest, I don't think I've seen Etalist mains downplay their character. Aside from, like, KD8, but that's it. But
that's a different
Zetter and Forest mains, though, you guys need to stop. You're fucking killing me.
Yeah.
You're fucking killing me. I promise you, both of those characters are fine.
Yeah.
Cake
Yeah,
is
they're
still
still
out here
really good,
winning
dude.
brackets with Forest Burn, and even though there was no Zetters that made it into top 8 of GOMLF today, that does not mean the character is bad. Stop. Before anybody even starts that argument, stop. Do not say that at all.
Nope,
Do
needs
not
buffs.
say that at
Wrap
all.
it up. Rip Zetter. Up.
Oh my lord.
Only playing with one
Zetter
leg and a
is
fireball.
still
We
Zetter
have
is
to
still
buff
fine.
Zetterburn, guys.
Gotta.
It's not doing
No.
any. We're not getting
No.
anywhere.
no.
Shine should
Hell
just
no.
kill. Why not?
Oh my
She
god.
should just
Didn't it already do that in one of the patches?
He does it every patch.
Yeah, he just kills people. You know?
Because you can't 4-hug it properly. It's like, oh, just 4-hug it. Yeah, and risk and basically take free damage and not be able to punish him anyway.
I've
able
seen
to back
people
that
kill with
so
Charge
quickly.
Shine before, but that's Charge Shine.
Yeah.
That's Charge Shine, though.
I think it's kind of like you said. I only see Zetters and Forest Burns. Ranos know what they're doing. They're not playing for fun. They're playing to win. You
Yeah,
know?
they're playing.
Yeah.
They're just playing to win, and I respect it. I don't like you, but I respect
That's why I
it.
still say like every Rano plays like a fucking incel, but that's a different story.
Well,
Jesus.
I was expecting that word.
Holy
but,
shit, dude.
But you know what? I'm here for it. Sure, why not?
Jesus Christ,
Oh my
dude.
You
God.
say it too if you had to deal with some of the Rano gameplay I have to deal with every
Yeah, I
day.
do. I put my controller down. I'm like, I'm not playing Locks next fucking game. I'm playing Crag, and I'm gonna fucking throw pebbles, and I'm gonna play like the biggest bitch on the goddamn planet. And then when that doesn't work, I play Orcade, and I'm like, does this player know how to parry bubbles? No? Okay, cool. Let's just piss him off. And then I get, mean comments to me. And I'm like, sorry, you played Rana. What do you want me to do?
That's the other thing. They will complain about your playstyle. I'm just like, did you not just see what you did to me?
I'm adapting to you, my boy.
Dude.
God.
Fucking hell.
That reminds me. That reminds me. Yesterday, while Nothai was playing ranked, he actually ran into Dan. He said, I do remember Dan saying that he has problems with like Loxus camping him. But the irony of all of that was that when Nothai was playing
Maple.
Dan, yeah, he plays Maple, and 2, Dan was circle camping Nothai on Rockwall.
I think we need a new emote. Since it's summer, we need a new emote of like a finger pointing to like a sunset with some sand, and it just needs to say, "Look at this beach," and then you can just send that to your opponent. Put me on the marketing team, Dan.
Beach.
I'll make you
know what
money.
this reminds me of? The freaking Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah.
Spider-Man meme.
I love it.
God, that's what this is.
Him, me, him.
Yep. Just point out to the camera and just like, oh, stop camping me, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. My God.
In this game, it's like everybody's so broken, but there are like, you can see when there's like a different gap between characters, right? Like you look at Zedder and then you look at like Loxodon, and you're like, okay, these characters are both broken, but holy shit, does that disadvantage suck complete ass whenever you're playing Lox? Because like, what do? You just don't do anything.
I think it's very character dependent in that regard. Because like, yeah, if it's against Rano or Orcane, you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
But this is why I bring up Olympia, because she's one of the characters that doesn't quite get the same luxury to edgeguard Lox as other characters do. And you can apply this to some other characters too, but like, the idea is like, if you can edgeguard Lox, you win against him. Period.
Yeah, that's 100%.
If you can't, the matchup's going to be a lot harder.
By the way, for people saying that Absa's bottom 4, we're going back to this. We know for sure she wins one matchup, and it's definitely against Loxodon. I've yet to see, unless they're really bad, and Absa like have the Lox. Every time I've seen the Lox go off stage, I'm like, this dude's dead, bro. Every cloud just pop, 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 pop. They're out of resources, and then you just put the time bomb on, and then you parry the up B, and then they explode off the side because of the cloud. And I'm like, holy shit, it's just that easy, huh? That's crazy.
On that note, I will also say, I don't want Force mains. I'm gonna tell you right now, Absa is one of your best matchups. It was like that in 1. It is probably still gonna be like that in 2. Because like, once again, Absa has to commit Cloud to clear smoke. Yeah. She has to commit an option to clear smoke.
She has to commit an option to do anything half the damn time now.
So basically, what I've been saying since the beginning to Force mains, but people were like, no, my smoke button just gets cleared immediately. Use more smoke, please, especially against Absa. She can barely do much about smoke. That is your best matchup. I can tell you that right now. That is going to be your best matchup.
She's got an F tilt and spam clouds to clear it, and then you just kill her.
And if you don't believe me, just look up any Cake Penguin set from Rivals 1. And you'll see why. But yeah, what other characters have we not talked about yet? Claren.
Claren is the worst offender in that regard. Not the top level players, definitely the lower level players.
Yep.
That character's crazy. That character is insane.
Still nuts.
That character's broken. Holy
She's
fuck.
even better in this game than she is in Rivals 1. And I'm just like,
it's insane that she is, because in Rivals 1 I couldn't stand Claren. That was my most hated character. Now it's Rano in here, and I have an easier time fighting Claren now that we have shields, and I have a harder time fighting Rano. which is something, funny. And I've lived long enough to see myself become the villain, because now every now and then I'm playing Claire and I'm like, this bitch is easy. She's crazy. Watch these dippers. They go crazy.
Yeah, Tech just hates both of Trevor's children.
Oh, I do. I do.
2 different games.
Those are some stupid ass kids. But yeah, I see Claren mains downplaying, and then I see the people that hate Claren, the infamous Claren mains do not space.
Who else? I think that's all the fire characters. Actually, no. I mean, we kind of talked about Loxodon, but in terms of like Ollie being able to edgeguard him. But Shadow, what were you saying about Lox mains the other day?
About Lox mains? What was I saying about them? I guess I think it goes something to do with like it being like player dependent and like skill dependent. Because like the top level Lox mains for the most part don't complain about the character. If anything, they try to adapt him, which is why they're so good with him. But the low level was just like, oh no, it was them complaining about the constant amount of nerfs they get. Which, fair, but at the same time, that character is not okay.
Yeah, that's me. Every patch I see the nerf and I'm like, can I get some fucking love? I just want some love, that's all. I'm tired of getting slapped in the face every damn patch. And I get it, he's still pretty damn good when he's in advantage. But a little love goes a long way. Every like fourth nerf, give me the tiniest buff, right? Give me a new taunt or something. Give me anything,
Well, again, they did that.
What taunts do you have in mind?
They either gave you a skin, or they gave you something that actually fixed a lot of the problems with the character.
Yeah. Okay.
So far, it feels like you got everything you wanted.
It's like you can have a broken character or a really broken character that gets nerfed, but they get great skins. Like,
the character's still good. The only reason he's bottom 1, quote unquote, is because someone has to be there.
True.
Who keeps getting more of the skins now? Like, still, is it only Rano?
No, it's still Loxodon.
It's still Lox.
Okay. I remember there was a time period where it was like Rano.
Loxodon's
like
uncontested
a long
best
while.
skins.
Now it is starting to become Loxodon.
He just always has the best. After they revealed Chef Lox, it was just you wrap that shit up in a bow. Nothing else compares. All the skins are just insane. I love them all.
You don't deserve flowers.
True.
All right, that wraps up the fire characters. Let's go on to the earth characters, starting with Crag. So Shadow, what do you have to say to Crag mains?
I have a big complaint for Crag mains in the recent patch. Why are you saying this character's bad?
Dude.
Why did you think he was gonna no longer be good?
Fucking beats me, because I'm having a great time.
You got one of your best tools buffed. I don't think you guys realize that. And the ones that do are taking names, so yeah.
And in the last patch, we got the fucking change to rock. So now you can do more stupid little trap setups, which is funny. And people kind of ignore that.
Every single patch that nerfs Crag, quote unquote, is just dealing with a piece of cheese that he already has, and he's still freaking cheesy.
Yeah, it's great.
So like,
so great. I love it.
I don't know why you're complaining.
Just cheese him more. Just do it.
He's a big grilled cheese sandwich.
Dude, there's no way they'll be ready for the 15th cheese setup, right?
That's another thing. Like, their setups are they're all about the cheese setups, and
oh yes.
I'll just take it from my experience after fighting Zeus to try to get ranked. How is it every single patch, y'all manage to find something new?
I don't know. We gotta ask Outcast.
They keep giving him stuff. That's probably why.
But
I don't even know if it was something that was given or something he already had. I feel like it almost feels like they're hiding tech, but we know they aren't. They're just adapting to the new stuff again.
I'm a true Crag man. I played him in R1 for so long until like Hodon, and then I did all that shit. But my objective stays the same. I'm like, if I can pillar gimp him once, I win in my book. The mental damage is there. It's done. They're like, oh man, I'm so fucking stupid. And then while they're thinking about it,
you might want to try out the setup. I'm gonna show you the setup that Zeus did to me.
I'm so fucking excited.
Yeah, I've got some stuff to show off with that, but that's for later.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Crag's in a great spot. He's in a wonderful spot even. And if you're complaining, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Find a piece of cheese that you like and fucking eat that shit because it's amazing.
It ain't no American cheese either.
No,
There's actually good cheese.
dude, I hit him with the mozzarella setup. Whoo, shit. That shit's fire.
Got that spicy pepper jack.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
man,
choose your
big-ass strong
favorite
bully.
cheese. Just choose your favorite cheese and name a Crag cheese setup after that. There you go.
Yep.
And I know for a fact that if Outcast was here, he'd definitely be telling every Crag main to 1, stop complaining, 2, Crag is good, and 3, use more rock. I mean, honestly, the use more rock part is actually pretty big because, I feel like it's a thing that probably a lot of Crag mains are still missing. Because like even like the Rivals 1 Crag mains will tell you, oh hey, use rock, it's like a really good tool. Like we've seen ZB just kill off of pure rock throwing before, so.
Yeah, ZB is the cheese connoisseur, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. It's great.
All right.
It's funny you mentioned that too.
Maple. No, go ahead, Torque.
I was gonna say it was funny you mentioned the rock throw thing because in the set versus bullets, ZV actually did the rock throw thing to kill bullets in that format. So it makes sense why saying like hey, you Crags need to use more like rock, bro. For that reason, like look, you can get kills off of it. Just use it more, please. I'll continue.
All right. Onto Maple. We did touch up on her a little bit briefly with the whole Dan circle camping no thigh. Shadow, what do you got to say to Maple main?
Maple mains, this is your chance. Start winning shit.
True.
Because every patch has been nerfed these egregious characters has only made you better, and they don't know about your stuff yet. The ones that do are like Cake Assault and like the obvious top players. Like, right? I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Plup win a major. Like again,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people want either Plup or Spargo to win Evo, and honestly, if you're a Maple main and you do see Plup play, do take notes, but you also have the option of watching Elkies. Just keep in mind that Elkies is her own brand of Maple.
Yeah, Elkies is her own brand of just like player. You can't really copy or like take notes from that. You kind of have to like accept that it's probably not good, but Elkies makes it work anyway.
Yeah. There's also Nbad, who I don't know if he got any of his sets streamed for GOMLF, but there's definitely some sets out there with Nbad. That's another Maple if you want to watch. Who else?
He did actually. He
did
have one set on stage.
Oh yeah, it was the very first set from Top 64, duh.
Yep.
I can't think of any other Maple mains off the top of my head, but yeah, I do remember you saying, Shadow, that Maple
Sinbad as well. Keep an eye out for him.
Gotcha.
Sinbad
I do
from the
remember you
board?
saying, "Oh my god."
Outcast isn't here. I have to do it.
I know.
Shoot, I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about Sinbad from the board.
Yeah,
Oh
we were talking about potentially other Maples.
Yeah, I'm not sure what other Maples out there that would be, but I do remember you saying, Shadow, that with the whole auto floor hug stuff that they put in the most recent patch, that Maple was one of the biggest winners of it. So yeah, do take advantage of that.
Not even just that. You have like every tool to. You already had every tool to just not care about that to begin with. Now it's just even better for you.
Yeah, who would have thought that the person that plays a little bit of melee Samus would have figured out that one of the best moves Maple has in her kit is literally Samus F tilt.
Yeah.
With a wrap. Like with a tether option.
Yeah.
Even just it by itself is good.
Yeah.
That move is a actual war crime.
Yeah, so much so that ZB decided to go Maple and just show that off.
Put that Maple away. Put that Maple away.
Yeah. On
Still my
to
favorite line.
Olympia. On to Olympia main. Shadow. This is your character. You've got the floor.
What can I say about Oli?
Now those are some downplay.
Not really.
They complain about losing to Loxodon. No, I'm so fucking.
Oh my god. Keep labbing, guys. There's got to be something we have. I'm still looking for it myself as well. Everyone in Ollie Court has been looking for stuff as well. So just keep labbing. We'll find something eventually.
Yeah,
Don't
we
lose
got
heart.
we got literal lab rats in Ollie Cord. They're fiending for stuff.
Like
I'll
we're starting to see better players of our character like go crazy. So please take notes.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, look at some Sandstorm VODs, look at some Corn Psycho VODs. Does Sego still play a little bit
Yes.
of Ollie?
Yeah.
Yes, Sega
go
has been
look-
doing well in his own region, so
Go look up some Sego VODs as well. That was the original Olympia pilot in Rivals 1.
yeah, we've got more Olympia representation than we ever did before, so please take notes. I'm definitely trying my best to do what I can to show off the character, but I still have too many questions in my mind, and unfortunately I can't really do everything myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, hey, if you got any questions or if you got any like suggestions, please hit me up. I'm more than willing to try out stuff for like tech and stuff, so please like keep an open eye. Keep an open ear. We gotta do what we can. We have cheese. There's characters that have better cheese than us, but we gotta make sure that our cheese is prevalent, okay? We're rats after all.
We're rats. We're rats. We are the rats. Alright, moving on to air characters. Torque, I'm gonna let you handle Raster. What do you gotta say to the Raster mains out there?
Stop having me do all the fucking work. All right, like please, there needs to be more of you. But as of recently, though, I've been seeing a lot more Rasters take take practice into their hands and move on like on the board a lot more. Yeah, sure, like they gutted Raster like quite a bit actually, because Jaz, as I was telling you, the worst patch ever for Raster was at Genesis X2. I had to play through that shit and somehow made top 32. Okay, that was not easy. Okay, I already had to like mix things up on the fly, just like already still being frustrated with how Raster felt in the patch. And I actually had some people in my community from the Discord, like in the Torque Nation Discord, or Torque Zone Discord, excuse me. I've actually heard a bunch of them saying, like, no, I'm going to drop Raster. I think that's just you, man. I'm like, why? Like, look at me. I'm still going, even though, like, some patches were not the best with Raster, but guess what? We could still make things happen. There's just more labbing to do. So keep on flying and don't let your wings stop. To victory. That's my one at least thing I could say about that, because throughout time I remember there was a few of my friends that actually did drop Raster and wouldn't go to anybody else, and they came back saying, I kind of want to go to Raster again. I'm like, there you go. I mean that makes me happy, but I knew you would come back anyway. So I mean, with how Raster is right now, I hope there's more Raster mains that will come up, and or like at least people that like would want to try Raster. And for the current Raster players, I want to see them like continue to fly to success. But just because you don't feel good about like the character you're playing does not mean like you can instant throw away. All right, because I wanted to do that, but I'm still here. I'm still here with the bird, and many others are too, like with just like any other character in general. That's all I have for Raster.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I will say this real quick before I ask Shadow for his input. I guess I call me crazy, call me not crazy, but I feel like I'm in the boat where Raster has still been comfortably top 5 this entire time. If not, then like the little period that he probably didn't see much play, then like 6th or not. Well, no, well, not when he didn't see much
Fourth,
play, but
you
rather
mean?
when not fourth, not rather when he didn't see much play. Well, I mean, he kind of did, but it's getting better now. What I mean by that is like when Ollie came out, and maybe Zeta, Raster, Ollie were like the three characters that were people were saying like top three, and then Maple and Crag and all that. Even then, I still don't think that Raster was ever like bottom five, as I've seen some people say.
A lot of people are
Because
thinking
that's
Raptors
insanity to
bottom
me.
5.
Yeah, I like, even people in my chat, like in my home, like my home stream chat, would tell me like, why don't you just pick another character if you keep losing with Raster? I'm like, well, I'm not. That's not gonna happen. I don't care if like he's not in a good spot. We'll still make some experiments to make this character better, even though like it might not be a good position where he's at right now. Because guess what? The next major that'll happen, I can guarantee both like a bunch of you out there in the stands are gonna be like, oh my god, this was the character that sucked, but he's on the main stage. What a coincidence! Because people labbed and found new things to make these characters great again. It can fucking happen. Just make it happen.
True.
Yeah, but Shadow, I do remember you telling me that Raster does have the same problem where no matter how much the devs try to rework his kit or his slipstream, that they still end up with the same issue of they're just gonna camp, right?
Unfortunately, the nature of plat fighters in general kind of encourages a lot of like camping as an optimal strategy, or just like patient play. And the main issue Raster had was his propensity to just be camped, and I think the changes unfortunately made that problem a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, there's really nothing they can do to fix that, barring some like new universal mechanic. Like Raster's in a good spot right now, but at the same time, if you play Raster or just plat fighters in general, just expect to be camped. That's just kind of the norm.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at Ultimate.
Channel your inner Jigglypuff with Raster, I guess. I don't know.
True.
I've had it happen in the Ditto, to be honest. Actually, some Rasters will camp me out, but then like I'll still win the set. But sometimes that actually teaches you to slow down. Sometimes, yes, I'll throw myself under the bus because I don't play patient, but sometimes like you were saying, Jaz, like unlock your inner Jigglypuff with the Raster in those scenarios.
I mean, hey,
So,
Raster was the character that we were all expecting HBox to play when he first picked up this game, and I know one stream he actually did play Raster, and hey, the way he plays Puff did kind of work a little bit on him, so I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the stream as well where he didn't. I remember him saying like he didn't win one game or like one set even with Loxodon, because but when Rivals 2 came out, he actually started off as Loxodon. I think his tag was Hungry Locks. That's that's what he called himself. And then yeah, there was that franchise where he did play Raster like the rest of his stream. I don't know if he still plays it now. I mean, Chad can correct me if I'm wrong on this because I haven't watched.
I have no
Xbox
idea.
in a
I haven't seen an Xbox Rival stream in a bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, because we don't watch him play it as often. We only watch him do it like when he's running events for Rivals
Yeah,
2.
but unfortunately, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just have to see come our 2CS July, but moving on to Fleet. Shadow, what do you got to say to Fleet main out there?
She's good. I don't really know what else to say. She's actually really good. We've seen what current fleet mains are doing, and she's only getting slight buffs here and there to like fix a lot of the problems she had. So honestly, I've been playing her a lot more recently again. So she's overall once again fun. Just keep playing her.
Have you now?
Yeah. I've kept like her and Rano in the back pocket for some matchups. But to be honest, like my fleet needs to get a lot better because it's been a bit of a change, so I'm not used to a lot of things. But I'm having fun. Character's fun. Character's good too. So just keep it up. Again, there's not really a bad character in this game. You can't really get me to name one because I can name a lot of bullshit that they do have. You know?
True.
Yeah. I guess I will also say this with Fleet. Keep experimenting with stuff. You know. We know Mystery Soul is one of the biggest experimenters when it comes to Fleet, and it shows in his gameplay. Like I remember doing commentary with Outcast one hop on, and this is the hop on where Coin Cycle beat him before top 8, and I saw him use down special in a combo, which is something I've never seen before. And he converted off of that, and I believe got a stock. So never stop innovating either with Fleet. She has a lot of creativity to her.
Yeah, Slingshot is like the infinite potential tool as well. There's not really anything you can't do out of it. The sky's the limit with that one.
That's pretty sick.
All right. Lastly, we've got water characters, and I think, hey, sure, let's just start with Arcane with this. So, Arcane mains, what can we say to them?
Keep doing what you're doing. Honestly,
Yeah.
y'all have shown that you're willing to improve.
Stay hydrated.
Arcane feels.
Oh my
As a
god.
water character.
Arcane feels great.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
I've struggled a lot in this game because basically in Rivals 2, I'm playing the characters that I hate the least. Because there's other, I'm like, yeah, I can't stand this fucking character, whether they're broken or what. And like it started with Locks, but like now it's like it's more focused on like Crag and Arcane, and like it's just I have a good time playing them. And Arcane's got so much shit, and people that are like way better, that are like at high level, they do some shit, and I'm like, bro, write that one down, Patrick, write that one down, because that's fucking fire.
Seriously.
The only thing I want, and me and Shadow had this discussion before, the only thing I would want for Arcane is I would want him to be able to act out of Nair bounce just a little bit faster. Like, not by a lot of frames, maybe by like 2 frames or whatever.
It was a stupid idea.
It was
Don't do
stupid.
that.
It is a stupid idea. But guess what? I like it. So, that's just me.
Yeah,
But
and you're not gonna like it when they start crapping you in shields because of it.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Already really good.
We need more shield breaks. No, but anyway, that's
We really
just,
don't.
That's just a
I think
preference
shields
that I
are
have.
in a good spot right now. Oh, whoops.
They have gotten a lot better, yeah, as opposed to like what they were before. But yeah, Arcane's fucking sick. He's doing a lot of really cool shit. So, like Shadow said, just keep doing what you're doing. He's super fun. So
Yeah, we already got a solid handful of Arcane mains making themselves known finally that aren't just Marlin. And I remember seeing Dare Nair as something that killed from Remrin. I didn't even think that was something that was possible.
I need to watch more Remrin, but like from this weekend, Maya's always been my go-to. She's great.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Copter at one point play?
They still do.
I mean, they still do. Yeah, because I remember
do.
they got like, I think, top 32 or something at Battle BC.
Yeah,
They made it out
I
of
think
pools
so.
and made it to top bracket. I remember because Copter played on the main stage with that one.
He started Locks and then swapped to Arcane. I do remember that much.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Rano mains. I swear, I'm just gonna start this off. I swear to God, stop. If I see any Rano main downplaying the character, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
I don't see any downplayers. Like I said before, they're there to win.
She's coming for you.
They're just there to
They
kill.
have
'Cause
valid complaints about some of the nerfs that were just a little too stupid. Like being unable to fast fall out of needle cancel was stupid. Because for some reason they have the ability. They just decide, oh, let's nerf all the cool stuff about Rano and leave all the lame stuff in. Because that'll fix the problem.
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
fair.
continue.
That's fair.
No, you're right, Shadow. At first glance, I thought, oh, taking away fastball needle. This sounds fine. Let's see how it goes. And then in hindsight, I remember Ant being the first to point out this kind of isn't a great idea, guys. And now I can see it because ow, I one of the issues that Rano had in one was that they were taking away all his stuff and pushing him into like, oh, you gotta camp with him, and they're doing the same thing again with him in two, and that makes me a little bit worried, because Rano can have some expressive stuff, but that gets nullified by the fact that you can just sit back and throw needle.
Yeah.
Like, they need to nerf the numbers. That's all they need to touch. They don't need to touch any of the techniques. They don't need to touch any of the movement. Nerf the numbers. The numbers is what's broken about him anyway.
Numbers of what? Numbers of needles or numbers of like
His frame
poison
data.
darts? Oh, frame data. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like
I
how
thought you meant
safe
like in
he
terms
is.
of projectile in particular and
No,
everything.
no. Whenever I say numbers, it's always frame data.
But yeah, there should be like no downplaying from Rano's at all, and if you are, oh lord,
Yeah, character's still
don't
good.
remind me of Leffen saying Rano can't edge guard because
Oh, brother.
lord,
Stay away, Leffen. No one wants
stay. If we're talking that level of downplay, yeah, stop it. Rano main should not be downplaying the
We just need
character at all.
like a bug spray. It just says "left be gone."
Yeah. For a while, I used to call Leffen just Effin because he can't hold the L. That was like when he was
True.
using a lot in melee. But
I guess I gotta bring that bug spray if I go to Genesis like next year. Jack, I like your effing comment. That was actually pretty funny. Effing because it can't hold the L. That's great.
Alright, last but most certainly not least, Edalus. Obviously, Absa's been out for only a couple of days, so we can't really say anything about her other than keep
We
labbing.
talked about her anyway, so.
Yeah, we talked about her. But Edalus mains, honestly think I'd say they're probably in the same boat as Orcane mains. Like, keep doing what you're doing.
yeah.
Yeah, character's really strong right now. Good time to use him.
So
Do
we've
keep
seen-
in mind that you will get juggled, as that is just normal heavy behavior.
Yep.
Your big body, you will get juggled, but at the same time, you juggle everyone just as hard, even the floaties.
True.
So enjoy that.
All right, that concludes the whole stop downplaying your mains. So the long and short of it is that every character is good. Just keep playing them. Just keep labbing. Keep practicing with them, and the results will come. You know, that's pretty much it. Downplaying is not gonna get you anywhere, and waiting on X patch to come out just to play a character also isn't gonna get you anywhere either.
Yeah, stop relying on patches, guys. If anything, it's just gonna nerf your character more. Learn what you can, and if the patch ends up benefiting your character, good. Now you have all that stuff, and then more.
May I add one more comment about that, like for the Edalus
Go ahead.
part? I was gonna say, like, stop downplaying Edalus because if any of you guys watched GOMLF, like, Bullets made it to top 8, and also you watched Bob Gotham make a run as well, and that actually just kind of shows you what the character can do, that you can do when you press the buttons yourself. That's all I needed to say. That's the only thing I had to get that out of my head before
Yeah,
I
I
lost it.
full stream walked to then showed the Edalus mains what they can do, so that way more could run,
Yep.
and that's a good thing. All right, but to end off today's episode, I do want to talk about Pup Cup for a little bit. This won't take long. So initially in my plans, I was going to recap Pup Cup just to, like, share how it went, because I was excited to run this, right? And I've never ran an actual amateur bracket for Rivals 1. I've only helped out with them. And I wanted to throw my hat into the ring. So, the money question for tonight is, how did Pup Cup go? And to just answer that briefly, it didn't run. That's it. It didn't run on the intended date of July 2nd. That's pretty much it. Unfortunately, had to push it back to July 9th. So hopefully we'll actually get enough people for it to run. I think that...
Oh, is it because of GOMLF? That way? Or did I miss something?
I don't
Why would it be because of that?
think it was because of... I don't think it was because of GOMLF, because Ras was able to run with the usual amount of
Oh
people
wait,
that
so
it
last
had.
week till Wednesday.
Yeah. But I mean, my thing with Pup Cup is that the only reason why it's on a Wednesday is because apparently that's the only day that there's not a Rivals 1 bracket. So just filling in where there's not something running. As far as I know, if this doesn't... My plan is that if this doesn't run at all this entire month, I'm just probably gonna put a can on it. And I'll think about maybe moving it to Sunday to replace the hunt if I ever decide to stop running the hunt. We'll see. But as far as I'm concerned, once this doesn't run once at all this entire month, it's done for. So if you're a Rivals 1 player or a Rivals 2 player who wants to try out Rivals 1 but doesn't really know where to start and doesn't want to jump immediately into RAS, please do sign up for Pup Cup. It did get pushed back to Wednesday the 9th, so please sign up for that if you can. And hopefully I'll be able to make it run. And to provide a brief rundown of how Pup Cup runs, if you are familiar with the Rivals Recess circuit, it is a round robin into double elimination bracket where it splits you off into a main bracket or an amateur bracket based on how you do in pools. Basically, Pup Cup doesn't have that main bracket amateur bracket split. It is just one entire bracket. Based on how you do in pools, you either get started in winners of WLM or losers of WLM. There's a decaying system in place for the amateur bracket where basically if you get top 8 in Rivals Amateur Series for Rivals 1, not Rivals 2, for 4 or more consecutive weeks, you won't be able to enter Pup Cup. And this is to give people who are like normally O2ers or 1-2ers or RAS a chance to progress further and try and improve on there. There is a ban list that comes with this, so if you're on that ban list, you're not allowed to join. The other way that you can get banned is that you win Pup Cup 3 times, you're not allowed to play anymore. This comes from ERAS actually, where you have to win ERAS 3 times to be banned. So the way to get banned is you're good in RAS or you win this 3 times. And that is pretty much it. Hopefully this time around it will run. That basically sums up Pup Cup. Pretty short, sweet, and brief. Not too much to really talk about it since it didn't run. Just hoping it can take off next time.
Yeah.
And for those wondering why run an amateur bracket for Rivals 1, not to the game that's like more thriving right now, I'm giving Rivals 2 some time to flesh out, right? We're still not even a year into the game officially being released, right? And NA R2 hasn't ran that long yet. EU R2 RAS has been running longer than any R2 RAS, but the game still needs time to develop for one, and two, players still need time to get their footing for me to even consider running an amateur bracket for Rivals 2. So maybe in the future, if Pup Cup doesn't work out for Rivals 1, I will consider it for Rivals 2. But this is probably not going to happen anytime soon because, again, the players need a bit more time to establish where their skill level is, essentially. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Like I mentioned earlier, we will be covering a little bit more of GOMLF next week when Outcast is back, and he'll be sharing his part of GOMLF. We'll be getting into some other interesting topics, but keep an eye out for this episode on my YouTube channel.